Hello, welcome. This is going to be my Mythographic of the Month Club. So this month I am working out of Mythographic Wanderlust. This is by Alessandrafusi. I had a request to do one of her books, and I haven't colored any images of hers yet, so I figured this would be a good time to do it. However, I picked Mythographic Wanderlust. She also has, sorry for wiggling, Dreamweaver. And I picked and planned this page, and I didn't get it started in time, and Coloring with Alena did hers, and she knocked it out of the park. Hers is gorgeous, beautiful pencils. She does a nice coloring with music without the talking, so definitely check hers out as well. But I didn't feel like going back and replanning and trying to change with everybody that I had already committed to about this page, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and just turn it into kind of a color chat more than a full color along and see how it goes. So on this page I'm gonna do pencil over marker. Again, I'm not gonna do a full thing because it's already been done, and it's been done recently, so I don't want to step on any toes. So I took 46 and 33 out of the Teo Tree set. So we've got this Teo Tree art markers. And I am putting down yellow where I want bright spots on my leaves, and then green for the rest. For one, these are a lot of big leaves, and I don't feel like burning through my Prismacolors all that much. So I'm going to put a layer of marker underneath it just to kind of help with that. And for two, just to kind of show how I do it, because I've had some questions on how I do pencil and marker. Now, if I planned on leaving this marker showing and not going over the whole thing, I would make sure my colors blend a little better and that I got close to the edges and all the white spots. But I am fully going to cover these with pencil. I'm just saving a little bit of work by the base layer here. And I will do that to all of them, but I'm going to quickly show you how I color them up. Okay, so I quickly colored one in off camera just to kind of show you the look I'm going for, and to make sure the colors I chose were the colors I wanted. So there is a good look at our before pencil and after. Again, I apologize, my Prismacolors are so short. Getting down to my nubs, I'm gonna have to pull some backups. Also, if you're new here, I am a little bit heavy-handed, which does matter in some of these coloring projects. Alright, I'm going to get up here real good, and then I can come back and play with that a little bit. But there is our leaf. So there is the difference. And you can see where the yellow peeks through a little bit and just kind of helps that leaf look a little more leafy. So I'm going to sharpen these with my Prismacolor hand sharpener real quick. Again, I am heavy-handed, so I don't sharpen to a super fine tip, because unless I'm like drawing straight lines or adding in things, because I will break the tip every time. Okay, so this is dark green. Actually, let me pull you in a little closer. So dark green will go in my darkest spots of the leaves. So when I'm working on this, kind of have a chat. How is Mythographic of the Month Club going for you? Next month is going to be a Halloween page. So if you have a book or page in mind, you can let me know below. I think I have one picked out in Odyssey. So I might do Odyssey in October. Yeah, we'll get a nice little Mythographic Halloween page. Would you guys like to carry this on to next year? Is there anything you would like to see different? Mediums, pages. How quickly videos are out probably would be a good start, yeah. Hopefully it's helped. It's definitely helped me keep on track touching my mythographics, having to do one a month. I almost want to carry it into next year just so I have a reason to keep working in my mythographic books. Like this month, these pages were tricky. Alessandra does cute work, but it's very thin line work, and it is very, very busy stuff. There's no blank. There's always something going on somewhere. So this month, this book, it was a little tricky, and that's what took me so long. And I finally planned it. I was like, oh, we'll do a nice hurrah, goodbye to summer. Those coming into the season can still join in kind of thing. And then somebody beat me to it because I was slowpoke, darn it. Okay, that was grass green. So we have dark green, grass green, spring green. Pale green works, apple green works. Going back in with my grass green and kind of touching up. These ones back here are going to be fairly dark because they're in the shadow. So I am just kind of darkening up this, and I will adjust it as I go, kind of see what needs to look a little darker, what needs brightened up. So it doesn't have to be perfect at this stage. We do want to remember we put dark green down here at the bottom of these, like this one right here. If you're going to do the fold over kind of curled effect at the end, then you always do your grass green and then your brightest green, whichever one you chose to use. Mine might actually be, no, it's spring green. Okay, and then if we need to, like right here where I forgot a little bit of grass green, we could just go in and add it, even it out, make sure it's smooth, no lines. Okay, bringing this grass green up a little here, go around the edge, use a little bit so that it takes away from that black line. I want my black line to look like it's green by doing that. Yeah, that's just outlining with my darkest color. If it needs blended out a little, we'll do that with our grass green. I will go down and fix all that on all those. So there are two of our leaves down. And I like skipped this whole blending section right here. So I will do the rest of those just like that. Pull out. Alright, sorry for the wiggle. For this part, I'm going to work on this little tiki guy right here. So I'm going to pull another marker, a Teo tree. This is number 101. And it's just a nice light brown. So anytime you are working with markers and you're going to put pencil over the top, always go a lighter shade than what you want to end with. Like I didn't go dark green on these because then my dark green pencil wouldn't have showed up so well. So always go a shade lighter than what you want your end result to be. Then if you need to, you can layer a few different pencils on top. Sorry for the turning. Now the hardest part of these guys is figuring out what's wood and what's decoration. And my water paper is a little bit shorter, so I'm going to push that down. It was nice to see somebody else do this page though. There weren't a lot of pages done out of Mythographic Wanderlust. Nice peeking just to see like what the popular pages were and if I could get any inspo. So it was cool that Coloring with Elena colored the same page. Like, we have great taste, but at the same time, of course that had to be we planned it at the same time. That's alright. Okay. I am going to go under these dots because I'm going to put mine in with gold. So that is up to you whether you're going to do those a different color or if you're going to do that section as wood. Again, the hardest part of these masks is just figuring out which parts are wood. Okay, so... And even if you do color something with your light brown, you could always do like purple or turquoise and cover it and nobody would ever know anyway. His nose. I don't know what I want to do with his nose. His lips I am going to do probably a red. And I did look up some common tiki masks and colors just to give me an idea because I've never actually seen one and I don't know anything about them. So, okay, there is the start of our tiki mask. Also, someone asked me on the books, this one is a hidden object. They will tell you hidden objects on the front. I think the other one's An Artist Coloring Book of Extraordinary Reveries. Doesn't say anything about the objects, but this one, Adventure and Hidden Objects. So yes, it does have the hidden objects. So they are, some of them do and don't now. I thought they were done with those, but not all the way, it looks like. Okay, this is dark brown and it is sharpened, so I am going to try to be easy on my pressure. And what I'm going to do is these little wood lines I'm going to streak in. We're going to texture that wood a little bit. Now where it's thicker, I'm going to put darker. And this is not my darkest brown, so I don't have to worry about it too much just yet, but I'm just going to put all those colors in. I'm going to outline his mouth, under his eye. I do want to keep him symmetrical. So what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other, so he don't look like he has a black eye on one side or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to go under here. And this is just kind of bringing out the wood, making sure everything looks how it's supposed to here. Okay, and then at the bottom as well, down here on his chin. It's funny to wait all summer and then I color these little tiki guys, and we are getting snow this week. We were supposed to get some Thursday, but it turned to rain, but they're saying the higher elevations over here in Wyoming will be getting snow, which is us. Okay, I'm going to grab a darker brown, so an espresso or a sepia. This one is a sepia. And this is just for my darkest spots, so I'm not going to go crazy on his and darken him too much. I think tiki masks can be a usual darker kind of wood, but I'm going with a little bit lighter theme, so. Okay, right up against that black line. I'm going to emphasize his nose just a little more. Make him look a little angrier. Okay. Then if you want, you can leave it like that, or you can take a goldenrod or a burnt ochre or whatever, sienna brown, and blend that all together, which if I can find my sienna brown, I will do. Okay, so I'm going to color in circular motions. This is not the brown I want. I am putting it on. It is the color I want. It's just not the finishing color I want. I do like that it adds a little red to him. Yes, that one was sienna brown. I'm gonna look for a lighter goldenrod. And you want to remember the colors you use. You don't have to do all your tikis the same color, but if you miss a spot on them, like if I went back and decided behind all these jewels I needed to do wood, I would want to know which tiki I used which colors on if you switch them up. So what do we want to see for Halloween? I know not a lot of people are into spook. I've got requests for some like blood and creepy skin and things, but not necessarily color along wise. Okay, just kind of outlining his lip a little. Okay. To add a little here to hide this black line. Okay, so there is our wood tiki so far. Now we just need to add some colors to him. So you could do gel pen, you could do, you know, sparkles, you could do the metallic markers. I think I'm gonna do gel pens. Okay, so I have like a whole random assortment of gel pens. I have flares, I have the Jelly Roll metallics, I have a couple of sparkle pops. So I'm going to use the sparkle pops for one part of this, but because I just want to see what it does. But I think I am going to color it in first. So I'm going to take that, the reddish brown, the sienna brown. I'm just kind of making this little section a little darker, and I'm doing this first so I can erase it off so I don't have to try to fight the gel pen over pencil. If you're real good at staying in the lines, things like that, you probably don't have to worry, but I am not. So I'm going to fill in the inside of the circles too. Of course you can. Okay, just kind of blending around these. And then I will come in with the eraser and clean it up, maybe, possibly. It's the only thing about moving stuff to make room for a video is that I can't find my stuff. Okay, Satihu. This one is battery operated. The next time I have to buy a battery, I do plan on buying rechargeable, I think. Just because not a lot of things take batteries anymore, so I don't have a lot laying around all the time. Never when I need one. Okay, this is a Sparkle Pop. I don't know that it has a name or a color. K91DD, if that matters to anybody. And I'm going to do these right here in this color. I was just going to go turquoise. I don't really have a turquoise, and I thought this one was color changing a little bit, so it's kind of neat. Turn this a little. And technically you're supposed to do gel pen at the end so we don't smear it and rub our hand all over, especially for us left-handers. But basically all my tikis will be gel pen, so. The only thing I don't think I'm going to gel pen is his lips. So I'm going to take a darker red. I'm going to turn you back this way for a sec. I'm going to take a darker red. And I'm going to go on the inside of his lip here, and I'm going to mark that because I'm trying to keep his lips straight here. It's kind of hard to do. So then where there's those little, I'm going to go ahead and fill those in the lips. He might get a little lipstick on his teeth. I'm actually going to come in one darker with a Tuscan red just because I have it here. Just on a couple of those spots. I'm going to darken this. Okay. Then just like the wood I did on his mask, I'm going to take my medium red. And I'm going to streak in those lines of the wood. They don't have to be perfect yet. But then I'm going to take poppy red, because it is a nice, bright, happy, peppy red. And I'm going to color his lips in. Now I didn't do marker under here. I really wanted this nice vibrant red and it was a little space anyway. But like these bushes with these water over here, I will do marker, and probably my sky is going to be pencil though. I do have a plan for the sky. And then I will, of course, just kind of come in and adjust. Streak in a little Tuscan red here and get dramatic with it. I feel like that should be dark because it's underlining his lip. Not real sure if it's supposed to be, but it is now. Sorry about that. Laundry's done. Okay. So to match the red lips, I'm also going to bring, this is a Sparkle Pop Flare. These are like $4 for 10 gel pens on Amazon. I'm going to do one of my Tiki Guys neons. I have the Jelly Roll neon set. I think they're called Moonlights. So I will have one, probably this guy, be the bright one. Okay, and this is gold. It's not exactly as bright as I wanted. It's kind of blending in with my wood. But I will fix it. Okay. I'm trying to decide. I want to go ahead and do these jewels. Not jewels, but these little shapes right here. Okay, and then I will go back with that one I used in the beginning. Also gonna take this gold and do these dots. And just tapping my gel pen once on each little dot on the way by is doing perfect. You just have to remember not to smear it. And then I will probably do behind all that wood, which I wish I would have did first, but I didn't know what I was doing yet. So there are 2 leaves and a tiki torch done, or tiki mask torch. Like 1 sec. So the other thing I want to quickly show you is how I'm going to do my sky. So I'm just going to go with a basic cream and canary yellow and put in a sun. Now if you want a moon or dark, do what have you. And then I'm going to use these kind of squiggles as guidelines. So I'm going to go out to the first squiggle with my cream. The second one actually, because I'm going to add a layer of yellow. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but okay. And then I'm going to add just a little of this yellow on the outside too. All right, and then I'm going to fade it out to turquoise, and it's kind of hard to see how far down the sky goes. So I will just kind of plan a little bit first. Again, we're keeping even-ish circles if we can. We want to keep the circle feel. Now this over here is kind of a disaster, and I can't really tell you where it starts and where it stops. I can tell you I am going to color over this treasure chest because I am not doing the hidden objects. And then I will just work my way in from there. And then I will come back with acrylic and white out the squiggles that are supposed to be white. So closest to my sun, we will have our palest color, light aqua. This just kind of helps us make sure we're working evenly outwards. So I'm going to call it right there. So that will be my sky colors. So questions, comments, requests, anything like that, let me know. If you would like to see a part 2 of this page, let me know. Again, being somebody just done it, I wasn't sure if there'd be a whole lot of interest, but let me know and I can for sure do that. If not, you will see it in the completed pages videos. Thank you for watching and can't wait to see you next time. Bye.